Hey everyone, GXVL here with a brand new video talking about Linkin Park's 20th anniversary special edition album that is Hybrid Theory. That is right, it's been 20 years of Hybrid Theory, but also Linkin Park themselves. I think even before they were initially birthed as Linkin Park, because before Linkin Park, there was Grey Days and Zero. I mentioned Grey Days because Chester Bennington was part of that band, and that was Zero. I'm pretty sure Chester Bennington was not the only one of being like the first choice, being like forming Linkin Park to give that name at first, but there was Mike Shinoda. So if I'm mistaken on this stuff, please correct me as you will when I say this. All right. So let's get right to the meat and the juice. Let's first talk about the special edition 20th anniversary Hybrid Theory album, right? I just gotta say, I was very surprised to see different versions and demos when it comes to Crawling, Carousel, and By Myself, which is very interesting to say the least. And especially that seeing some other songs that are definitely collaborations from a different artist known as It's Going Down. I actually heard that way before seeing and hearing this on here. I'm not kidding when I say this because Executioner is the name of the artist, right? And when I heard that song at first time when using Napster back on my old desktop, my old computer, which was very really amazing to hear like Mike Shinoda's skills and especially Mr. Han's skills, I'm pretty sure Mr. Han doesn't really sing, but I'm pretty sure he includes some experimental sound effects and whatnot. So you know what I mean? Those type of things that we hear in Linkin Park's music that gives it a lot more charm and a much more expressive atmosphere when it comes to music like that, utilizing it. I really admire that. And so I gotta say my most favorite B-side slash unreleased type of songs or demos, whichever words you want to choose. For me, definitely Carousel, the old version of High Voltage, which I'm gonna get into a little soon, right? A little soon to touch upon, and also and one. Reading My Eyes, and there's still a couple of other stuff. There are, of course, some songs that may not click with me when listening to, of course, their 20th anniversary special edition, right? But I mean, like, let's not kid ourselves. As much as we like to call ourselves, oh, we are a long time or big fans, yeah, there's not just going to be, some songs that we may love or completely really like, but like not too bad, but it's just not for me. But, you know, so yeah, like that type of gesture, right? So what I wanted to talk about is High Voltage for the most part right now because before hearing like the final version, when hearing it from Hybrid Theory when it was released, is that like while it's a very amazing song, before it had a robot singing, like can't take the shock. That's nobody wants to stop. Shake it up, High Voltage. I I think it would be best if I play that part, but I don't think I should chance that. But then again, I've been putting music in my background as my background stuff, especially for AMVS, right? But as far as I know, I would highly recommend for anyone to check out that original High Voltage song because I just think it's so cheesy and charming that I just really like it a lot. I don't know why, but it reminds me of the time when there was like a robot friend that pops it around my elementary schools that I go to a long time ago. Of course, worked for some place that I'm not going to get into much details, but I thought it was pretty odd me thinking about that particular robot. Again, I'm not going to give out too much details because it pertains to my parents' work. All right. Let me see. As far as I know, it's getting a little bit more further, talking about with Linkin Park's music. So right now, let's talk about with Linkin Park themselves. and also my love and admiration for the guys that work so hard. Like, man, I gotta say, Mike Shinoda and everyone else, especially again like Mr. Han, you guys do a tremendous job. I appreciate all the all the passion, the hard work, all the effort and the vision you guys put into. While I may not like some remixed albums such as Recharged, which I might get to in a little bit later, I applaud to you guys for sticking around for so long, and I also admire Chester Bennington, who actually inspired me to sing myself. All right, I'm not gonna say that I'm a good singer or anything. Apparently, some of my family members kind of think so, including some of my classmates back then. But hey, I'm not gonna kid myself nor be modest. All right, but yeah, Chester Bennington really inspired me a lot to express my emotion and especially to sing. So I again, rest in peace, Chester Bennington and Mike Jonota. I just hope you're doing all right, and especially that I do like to watch your videos once in a while. So I apologize for not keeping up to date, but I am subscribed. Just let you know that. All right. So it's just I just been very inspired, and I just can't help but admire how much they have done over the years when it comes to their work. I just love the music a lot. I really, really do. And especially that I back in I can't remember what year exactly it was. Was it 2017 or 16? Either one of those years. That I finally got to see Linkin Park on stage at a concert. I mean, like they were not the only ones. Like they were the grand finale. There was other rock bands being presented at this San Antonio or Austin Rock Festival, using Bud Light, if not mistaken, right? But yeah, Linkin Park was the grand finale, which is what really makes me very excited and finally very happy to see. And I was going to see Linkin Park way back when I was way more younger though, but sadly Chester and the band members had to cancel for El Paso, Texas because apparently I think Chester Bennington himself he had that his throat apparently he wasn't feeling well, so it was understandable. But it's just that like my parents had already had to take kids or they were going to get them, so I was like kind of bummed out. So that uh, memory I have of seeing Linkin Park was just seeing the full band. It was still a great time seeing them on there. All right, and now one last thing to say. One last thing to say is that Linkin Park with their music, when it comes to AMVs, and I'm gonna tell you guys a lot more why I do these AMVs. Not just because that I think they're pretty cool to work on, but also like I won't kid myself. Yeah, it's kind of cool, but is that Linkin Park with their music, seeing some Dragon Ball AMVs that include some of their songs, such as in the end, seeing a title that says the story of Future Gohan, if not mistaken, if it's called that, from someone who worked on that AMV a long time ago when I was very little, and I was very sentimental about it since like my older cousin, who again, who I looked up to as a big brother, like passed away during that time. So I felt very connected to that. And I'm like, you know what, maybe someday I might work something like this, which I did my own version, somewhat like a remake in a sense, on doing by using Indian and also the History of Trunks special by focusing on future Gohan. And not only that, but there was, I want to mention this band, a very, very underrated band that may not be Linkin Park nor may be associated with Linkin Park, but just hear me out. If you guys ever heard of, listen closely, SR-71. SR-71, they have this song called Tomorrow, and there was this AMV that had that song from that band using not just only the History of Trunks special, but also clips from Dragon Ball Z that is mostly around the Android saga and the Cell saga, of all things, like putting it all together, trying to fit some sort of narrative. Because, like, you know what? Because to think of it, I think the lyrics and also by using Trunks, future Trunks, kind of fits. When I saw it on Google, not YouTube. I saw it on Google. Just to let you know that before I even got to know what YouTube was, Google was the place where I saw those two old AMVs. So yeah, those two old AMVs is what inspired me to make AMVs in the first place, and especially trying to find some specific songs to fit this narrative of what I want to work on. So, despite the fact that I may not use Linkin Park music all the time, but I do use New Divide because, um, even though the song may not fully describe me, but I consider that song as my theme song because I use that for my intros for the most part, and of course I even use like the like the Linkin Park logo back when I was as Goku XV Legend as part of my own Goku avatar. Using the Linkin Park logo, especially when Asan, of all things, actually uh, drew uh, drew Goku wearing a red gi and black belt with the Linkin Park logo, which I actually really appreciate a lot. And I still have it on my USB, all right, but I'm just not gonna go back to Goku is Religion at all. But the point is, though, the point is that like Linkin Park definitely had a huge impact and effect on my childhood and up to my adulthood, and I especially how much they inspire me to do all this stuff if it wasn't for them, and especially when it comes to like singing, that just Bennington actually, like, for him having powerful lungs and him screaming, I'm just like, wow, imagine if I sang like that. But apparently I can't. I kind of go like ah, having something. His voice is so melodic but also so raw, like you gotta appreciate that, right? Right. So, yeah, it, Linkin Park is the best band I have ever listened to. They're my number one band that I will always listen to, despite the fact that Chester Bennington is no longer around. They are still trying to kick it, and no matter what happens, I will always support and listen to their music, no matter the type of genre they even touch upon, which I think I want to talk about right now, and want to uh say that, like, while there are some songs I don't like from Linkin Park, such as In Between from Minutes to Midnight, but also I really don't like Recharge a lot. I just think that remix album is pretty bad, but it does have some, only just some, remix songs that I do like, especially A Light That Never Comes. It's itself. Those are really good, while the rest just not so much at all. And I don't even like Reanimation a lot either, but I think Reanimation is pretty decent, just not my cup of tea. But there are some pretty decent remixes that I like to listen to, mostly with the likes of, let me see, By Myself, My December, uh, Pushing Me Away, and let me see, well, just only, like, just to name a few, right? And let me see. Oh, I'm I do want to say that I'm going to be linking my deviation that I have on my DeviantArt profile page, where I express my opinions on Linkin Park's music. All right, especially when it comes to criticism and their vision, their effort into that. I'm going to be linking that either in my description or in a comment below, if you people are interested in. All right. So I think that's all I had to say to talk about Linkin Park, why I love them, and why I think having a 20th anniversary album is a pretty good idea, especially hearing all of this other music that you haven't heard before, but I'm pretty sure other people heard them way before this happened, because people upload the songs uh, not knowing that this was also Linkin Park's music that are like B-side tracks or like unreleased, the demo ones, that type of stuff. So yeah, this has been GPL, signing off right now. Later.